It's not surprising to me that your empire's crumbling when it was built on lies.
There was too many other brands that were doing better before her. Cut the shit. Were there colors that were pretty? Libra, still one of my favorite nudes. I wish she still had it.
She's not going to make her Italian spaghetti if she doesn't double the price of her blushes.
Don't come out with a makeup line.
Exactly.
Then. Beauty is a very profitable business.
Absolutely.
So the fact that you're not making money, they're still garbage.
Which she sold it to Cody for $600 million. Forbes article exposing falsified tax documents to make their net worth seem higher than it was so she could be called the billionaire. How have we not talked about the Joker trailer?
I think this is a perfect time to. What?
I just like bullying you.
Why? What? What?
I just wanted to
what?
give you a mean look.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
yeah. You look like rough.
Oh.
Yeah. What's on your lips? Oh. Let's take a break.
Already. This was the Jean-Luc lip liner in Mother Pucker and the Polite Society lip balm.
Wow.
It's like no color.
Yeah.
Pink grapefruit and it's clear.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay. Cool.
Yeah, whatever was loose on my table.
I think you were like, oh, try this. You'll like it. It's pink.
Yeah.
Try this. You'll like it. It's sweet.
Try.
I've been wearing it for like a week.
Sweet.
I'm like, yeah.
Twinsies. Jean-Luc Cosmetics, man.
So good.
It's
I love their
phenomenal.
glosses, their lip oils, their
Lip liners.
lip liners. Yeah. And then
Even the liquid lipsticks.
I was
which
gonna
you
say
know
the
how
liquid-
I feel about liquid lipsticks.
liquid lipsticks, mama, they are popping.
Mama.
Mama.
Hi, welcome
Hi.
back. We are talking about today RuPaul's Drag Race finale, because now it's post.
Yes.
The downfall of Kylie Cosmetics, because sometimes God just smiles on you. And yeah, and probably other celebrity brands just talking about like in comparison to Kylie Cosmetics.
Absolutely.
Oh, and you're back from Aruba.
Back from Aruba. We're
As
not
if
gonna
you
talk
haven't been
about it.
back for 2 weeks, but still.
But we were busy last week talking about Drag Race because we wanted to make sure that was like still relevant.
Yeah.
And back from Aruba, girl.
You
should
wanna
we
start
just
the
get
timer?
into it? Yeah, oh yeah.
You want to do your job?
do my job?
There you go.
Oh,
There you
right.
go. That's nice.
Well, that's nice.
That's nice. So how was Aruba?
Girl, I was told several times that this resort was nice.
Really?
And it was nothing of the sort. You know, upon arrival, they had champagne in my hand within 20 seconds.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, that's nice.
Yes.
Until they said and hit us with the 1-2 punch. It's about 12:30 and they tell us we can't check in until 3.
Ooh.
But then other parties that we were with checking in, oh, your room is ready. You can go in. They were offering to like hold our stuff and then bring our bags to our rooms, which I was glad we didn't, because upon checking in, they were like labeling our bags. And our room was, well, I could say it's not like I'm there right now, 525.
Yeah.
She wrote 532 on the tag. And my cousin goes, is that sticker for our room? And she goes, yes. Caught an attitude. Red flag number 1.
Yeah.
Girl, food poisoning.
Girl, yeah.
Should we talk about it? Food poisoning. People were throwing up.
That's
Tina.
insane at
And
a
I'm
resort
talking,
like that.
yeah, because I'm talking like, I thought it was people over drinking and throwing up. And I was like, guys, come on. But then my stomach was a little upset because of like the food. Then we come to find out people that were not of legal drinking age,
We're getting
children,
sick. Yeah.
were getting sick. And mama, it was too coincidental, because then when people started like, I think we all kind of were like, don't complain, don't be a bitch. And
Yeah.
we were like, I've been throwing up all night. And I was like, what?
I don't want to be I don't want to be a problem.
I don't want to be a burden.
But there's diarrhea on my wall.
Yeah. And you know, girl,
I just shit up the wall.
I just shit up the wall, which, girl,
Yeah.
I mean, the lamp was almost falling off the wall in my room.
The
Rusted.
rusty
Tin roof. Rusted.
cat on a hot tin roof. And you were the cat. Yeah.
I was the cat on the tin roof.
I know.
Rusted.
It always makes me laugh when
Yeah.
you, especially because I would constitute what we do. This is like you're running your own business in a way. And it's like, it's so funny to me when certain businesses, what they prioritize. Like, make sure I have champagne in my hand 20 minutes within the time I'm there.
Seconds.
But then like, let's let's scrape the jizz off the comforter, or not have rusty lamps.
No comforter.
Yeah,
it was a sheet.
No,
and I was like, okay, like. Other people had blankets in their closet. We had nothing, and we had to call for certain things. The pillows were the size of my hand. I'm not kidding either. I wish I was exaggerating. I was not.
Oh my God.
The attitude from the staff was insane. And I'm talking like my room keys weren't working, and I went down personally. I didn't call. I didn't do anything. Had to go down 3 times within an hour because it just wasn't working. I was like, I have to go down here one more time. And then when I go down to proceed to tell him it doesn't work, she looks it up and she goes, well, it says it's working. And I said, well, I'm telling you it's not working because I would love to be in my room and go to bed, but it's not.
Yeah, I want to come up and down the elevator 5 times.
Yeah. And then the last time she was like, well, we'll send maintenance up, and then tells the guy behind the counter. And I was like, so why isn't he following me upstairs right now?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'll wait for him to get tools and get his equipment. I will wait for him. We went upstairs, not waiting for him. Wasn't up there for 20 minutes.
Oh my God.
And everybody passing us in the hallway that we knew, they were like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I would like to get in my room.
Yeah.
They're like, come have a drink with us. I was like, I don't want to.
I know.
And if maintenance is coming here to fix it, I can't leave.
Exactly.
They were like, just wait up there for him. So we were standing in the hallway, humid hallway.
Oh,
because the resort, girl, there's like certain levels like just are open. There was no like door.
It was like balcony, not but I know what you mean.
Yeah, like outside, like girl, the air was outside and there was like stairs. So it was just humid, mama.
Yeah.
And it was just, oh my God. And I mean, listen, we tried to make the best of it, but like mama, the tequila smelled like fish and toothpaste.
No.
And tasted that way.
Yeah, not
and
minty salmon.
Yeah. Unless you asked for like Don Julio or whatever that they did not have displayed. Yeah. You were getting the house liquor, I'm gonna say. And it was
which I'm surprised they wouldn't have the more expensive stuff for visible to up. Oh, that's why. Because I was gonna say to upcharge you.
No,
okay.
Yeah, so it was.
And didn't he just like crowbar your door open? Like take a hammer,
take
a hammer and beat the doorknob off, and he's like, "There, it's open."
Yeah, took a screwdriver and pretended like he was doing something, and starts bashing into the key card
Picking the
holder.
lock like Scooby Doo.
Yeah. It doesn't even work there.
Yeah.
It doesn't even work there. And I was like, okay. It starts banging. Mind you, it's late.
Yeah.
And then the people, mind you, across the hall from us come outside and they're like, is everything okay? And the maintenance guy was like, yeah, everything's fine.
Oh my God.
And I was like, okay, attitude, stop it.
Yeah.
And so many other people had issues too. And then finally puts like the reader into the computer and was like, read. And he was like, well, it should work. I was like, what do you mean should?
I know.
And so then we had our key cards and my cousin and myself, we both said, we're like, well, you're not going anywhere until we make sure that this is working. So he was like, okay, let's enter the room. And I said, you stay here. You don't need to come in.
Yeah.
But
he picks
like,
you up bridal style.
Yeah. And I was like, cross the threshold. Like, and he watched us do it. And we both did it with our key cards. And he's like, good. I was like, okay, asshole.
You know what a bitchy staff to me indicates is that probably the resort is a shit show. And these problems are constant. And they probably have guests complaining to the staff day in and day out. And they're bitchy because they're tired of management not doing anything. But they've adopted the mentality of like, this is how it's going to be. And they're tired of getting asked these questions. So they're just like dismissive. But it's like obviously the management or the owner of the resort doesn't care. Yeah.
Oh, it was so apparent.
For an all-inclusive, like that's nuts.
The food was like wild. Ugh. Like unless we went outside of the resort to eat on, I think finally on the last night, we went out to a restaurant and it was like no different than what we have here. So I was like, okay, but it's great. Yeah. And I was like, as if I have never eaten before. Yeah. And it was pizza, girl.
Yeah.
It was great. But I was like, everybody raved about this resort. And I was like,
I'm so curious because we were saying I was supposed to go to Aruba for a wedding in May 2020. Obviously, it got canceled because of COVID. But I want to look up what the resort was we were supposed to stay at because I'm so curious.
Oh, I want to bet you money it was probably this.
Yeah. What was the resort?
It was the Rio Palace or the Rio Palace, RIU Palace.
Okay.
Yeah,
put them on blast. So if you guys go to Aruba, don't stay there.
I mean, and the fact that like we have an official complaint with them, which
I know.
It was insane because the photos, the incidents, everything. Like, I don't even know if everybody on the trips knows about all of this. So the resort is not answering.
Of course.
Liberty Travel is like the person that's like handling the case is like doing her best because she was like, I have children. She's like, the photo of like the rash on my nephew is like insane. And she's like, I have kids. I understand. I would be just as angry because he was running a fever on the way home. And then this rash developed. And it was like, the doctor was like, have you been in like a germ infested pool, basically? And it was, the pool, girl, there was vomit in it at one point. And
girl,
I just like don't understand how like we all looked over and we were like, what is that floating on top of the water? And I was like, it was like collecting in an area of the pool.
No!
There was like a round part of the pool where it was like different shapes in the pool and it was collecting. Tell me why a woman was standing like in the midst of it. I was like, she don't even know.
Slapping it.
She don't even know.
No.
And it looked like someone had spilled a drink.
Yeah.
Mama. It was, the drink was spilled.
Yeah. Yeah, it was someone's pizza.
Yeah, it was someone's hot drink, hot pina colada that came back up. Girl, there was like, it was just unsanitary. The whole experience. I mean, everything about it was just unsanitary. And it was just, we tried to make the best of it, but there was just certain things that it's like, we can't ignore this anymore because it was like, it was becoming a problem. And we had fun. We made sure, and I got a tattoo while I was there.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it was so fun. But like, I was like, I'm not getting this tattoo if it's in like a CD. Yes. Yeah, this is how I take my clothes off. And I'm just like, I got a matching butterfly tattoo with my cousin that we...
Cute.
Yeah, so we were like this growing up and we still are. So we were sharing a room and we always talked about getting matching tattoos. So we wanted to do something together. So I was like, oh my God,
you were saying the tattoo parlor was like the cleanest thing there.
The cleanest.
Yeah.
I walked in and I was like, girl, like, this place is dirty. Like, we're out. And
you come back with a tattoo like from Bridesmaids.
Oh.
It's infected. It's a Mexican drinking
worm. It's a symbol for drinking.
Dump the peas out raw.
Yeah, put some frozen peas on that. Dump it out. Oh my God, that movie is so
amazing,
iconic.
I know.
But yeah, I was like, we got to get out of here, and we walked in, and it was great. So I was like, at least we got to, walk away with something fun from this trip. But it was definitely like there were so many things that like put a bad taste in my mouth, and now even the experience of like the hotel saying we should have complained while we were there, we did. There was multiple complaints that we like.
When you complain is irrelevant. What were they going to do in the moment? Get a new food supplier?
Oh, get a new food supplier.
Contract a new food supplier.
And then I'm not going to a hospital in Aruba.
Yeah.
Because there was the one that we passed and I'm not doing this. I'm not going in a hospital where I don't, what do you know?
I know.
I'm not wasting
I barely know how insurance works in the US. I'm not going to a hospital in another country.
No. Yeah. And then I somehow foot a bill that's like $18,000 because the doctor looked at me. I don't know how this works here. I don't know what it's like.
Yes.
Mama. No, but I was just it was very disappointing.
That sucks.
Would I go back? It would have to be under different circumstances. I would never stay there again. I don't care what they tell me. Yeah. I don't care what they would even say. No.
My thing was, Casey, you were telling Casey and I this, and it's like, Casey, I know thinks the way I do, which is why I married him. But we were basically saying, like, unless you have a hookup, like, and you maybe... as a kid, you went to a place like on the islands, let's say, like I don't know if some of these places are an island, but you get what I mean. Like you're Aruba, you're Jamaica, Bermuda, Bahama, come on, pretty mama. Like those places, unless you like know of a place that's amazing, I get it. But my school of thought was always like, those places can be so expensive to go to. And you're basically like just going to these all-inclusive resorts on these islands that feel like you're just paying to be within the fence of that all-inclusive. Half these places, you can't even leave the resort because it's dangerous or whatever the case is, or you don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
Or I should say, there's not much to do outside of the resort. So, and I always just feel like you're paying all of this money to go to this little place that feels like a little Americanized, like we want American tourists. We want tourists to come here and be in this fence.
That's
where I would rather spend the money on going to like Europe. And even Casey's aunt always was like a very much like, I don't know, maybe a Jamaica person or whatever. And she recently with Casey's cousin went to Greece, and she said, we had dinner with her, and she was like, honestly, she's like, I feel so like foolish once I went to Greece that I like had just gone back to that island all these years because I didn't realize like a beach is a beach, and I'd rather go to a beach in Greece or a beach in Italy, which to be honest with you is going to be probably half as expensive as an all-inclusive resort in these islands. So I would just rather go to Europe or travel the world to a different country to, I don't know.
And it's amazing too, because all the beaches in Aruba, they were telling us like taking us there are all public.
Yeah.
You don't pay to go on them. So
exactly.
every single beach is a public beach. So why am I?
It's not like you're even paying for the privacy of your own beach, maybe off a sandals, like
Yeah.
off of that resort or something. So,
and this is the resort was connected to this beach.
Yes.
So I'm like, if this is all public, like what?
Well, because
I don't
probably
know.
the resort doesn't want to pay the powers that be enough to make that beach private for them. So they,
put up like stanchions to basically say this is our beach.
Exactly.
Yeah. Which, like, I don't know. I just, God, I didn't. Mama.
Yeah.
I never was so happy to get off of a plane
I know.
and to be at Newark Airport and be like, Jersey.
Yeah.
Like
Dumpster.
I missed
hot garbage.
Yeah. Like I was like, I just want to have my feet on the ground.
Totally.
And be back in Jersey and be like,
yeah. I know. And we're back. Let's talk about the downfall of Kylie Cosmetics. We got this idea because it's like a trend. Like, I feel like a lot of people are talking about it on social media. Don't threaten me with a good time. So we, yeah, girl.
Yeah, what did you say?
Sometimes God smiles on you. Yeah. If the Lord can lead you to it, he can lead you through it. Great kind of analysis, especially for this podcast, because then we could talk about other brands and celebrity brands and why maybe they're thriving in comparison. But the whole Kylie of it all is, let me say this, whatever, I'll be bitchy, is like, it's not surprising to me that your empire's crumbling when it was built on lies. Like, so even her lip kits, which were the first thing in her cosmetics line to launch, were in 2016.
15.
And 2015. I didn't realize how much, because I think I just disassociate from Kardashian lore. I think 2014 or 2015 is when she got her lips done. So then it was the capitalization, which great from a business standpoint, this capitalization of, oh, I just got my lips done. Everybody's speculating about my lips. Did I get my lips done? Which, like, you would have to be blind to not realize she had gotten her lips done from those thin, villainous lips she had before.
And saying it was lip liner. She even said.
Lied.
And it was on the show. And
yes.
Chloe was the one, she spoke out. It was like her confessional.
Yeah.
And she was like, you got your lips and just admit it. Like, why are you lying about that?
Yeah, because she wanted to sell these lip kits.
Yeah.
These lip kits were marketed as, oh, you want Kylie Jenner's lips? You just have to buy my lip kit. It was so gross, so Kardashian from the start.
Because there was like a solid, I want to say it was like 9 months to a year. She was wearing that like rosewood nude color. And everybody.
What did I tell you about saying rosewood in this house?
Yeah, rosewood. Laura Mercier,
rosewood.
And then Burberry, rosewood.
Everything.
Kat Von D, Lolita.
Yeah.
And that's what all those colors were so hot and popular because she made that, you know, trend kind of blow up. Everybody, oh, your lips are huge, blah, blah, blah. And then now going into, okay, how do I market this? And I will say, smart to have a liner and lipstick combo in one box.
But also, is it smart to have a lip liner and full coverage matte lipstick that is going to cover the liner? Can we talk about that? Because weren't they also the exact same color? Or was they? Okay, so I would understand
if it was darker.
If it was darker, because then I could ombre my liquid lipstick into my lip liner. But if they're the exact same color and you're claiming that this liquid lipstick doesn't transfer, budge, or move, why do I A, need a lip liner? And B, why am I putting on a lip liner to then cover it with a full coverage liquid lipstick? You're a con artist. I can't. And you literally lied about having lip injections for, I think, almost a year and a half, 2 years. She claimed I didn't get lip filler. It's lip liner. Oh, and by the way, it's mine. Go buy it. God, are you kidding me? What?
Yeah.
So that was how the whole brand started to begin with. And moreover, let's talk about the product. And apparently this innovative product of a liquid lipstick, Jeffree Star's existed before that. Anastasia Beverly Hills existed before that. ColourPop existed for that.
And that was the...
Oh my God, did they come out at the exact same time? Yes, because they were literally made at the same manufacturer. Yeah. Kylie used ColourPop's manufacturer in the beginning.
And lied about that.
And it was the exact same ColourPop formula.
And
so
there was
she didn't innovate and create liquid lipsticks.
No. Shades that she came out with were already existing in ColourPop that it was True Brown K, Dolce K, and Candy K that she came out with. and they were all existing shades in the liquid lips from ColourPop that were out at the time, different packaging.
Yes.
But it was like disgraceful to watch, but sold out in minutes.
Yes. And that's the thing. It's so funny when you talk about Kardashians, because I feel like everyone's almost knee-jerk reaction if you don't support the Kardashians is like, oh, why are we talking about the Kardashians? Okay, well, the Kardashians continue to be multi-millionaires. There is millions and millions and millions of people that do support them.
Mhm.
So it's a problem. It's the collective consciousness of people obviously still do support them by the millions that they're still as successful as they are.
Yeah.
Exactly. Sold out all of these lipsticks. That was like a huge launch. Even when they launched, took a scarcity mindset. And I think they had at the time, back in 2016, that first launch of lipsticks, they ordered about 15,000 units, which she knew it was going to do more than that. It was then that hysteria marketing craze of you didn't get them. That was all planned.
Yeah.
Like it's just nefariousness on top of nefariousness on top of it. And it's just so skin crawly to add insult to injury. It's like, even with what's going on now about like the 10-year-olds at Sephora, people are like ganging up on the drunk elephants and the glow recipes as though they're saying, we know our target market is 10-year-olds. We can't wait to sell them neon colored retinol to burn their skin. They haven't done that. Kylie quite literally knew her audience was 10-year-olds, lied to all of them saying, if you want my lips. And because she was lying to all of them. Do you remember back then when that was happening? Kids were getting taken to the hospital, putting their lips in vacuum cleaners.
And the candles.
Exactly.
And they started selling those. Oh my God, I forgot about that.
So it's
those
like,
devices
that's
that you
what I'm
suck
saying.
on. And then
I think that's why I'm so anti-Kardashian is because people are so neutral when it comes to them. Like, oh, whatever, they do what they do. Why are we still talking about them? And here she was and has been since the beginning of this company, since the beginning of her career, let's say, when she ventured out and did something on her own, quite literally is known every night she laid her head on the pillow that she was lying to and or endangering children and didn't care. And there's never accountability for them. There's never the appropriate amount of accountability for the Kardashians as there is a Brittany Broski for not being the president of the United States and trying to solve the Palestine-Israel genocide and war. What are we doing? And that's what aggravates me about like you saying, that same mentality of like that annoying person that comments about, oh, the balloons in the lighting rig of Drag Race, whatever.
Yeah.
I am so tired of these people in comment sections that think they're going to get a Medal of Honor for calling out stuff that doesn't matter just to be the line leader and the hall pass monitor.
Teacher's pet.
Exactly. Yeah. Rather than channeling your energy into holding people and things and situations accountable that are actually nefarious and horrible. But you don't want to do that because that comes with further
action required.
But you get to be the police and say, Nymphie is a horrible person because there was balloons in the lighting rig. And then you get to retreat back into your cave and there's no further discussion on the matter. You got to feel morally superior for the day to compensate for your horrible life and walk away from everything. Yeah. That is the worst kind of person to me.
Yeah.
Started with that. And then I can't remember what other products did she come out with before she sold it to Coty? Because it was privately owned, obviously, when she started it. She came out with the lip kits. Did she have any other products before she sold it?
Because I think now, oh God.
Yeah, she did. Because we remember
scrub.
when it all started to get pulled away. I think her last launch before she sold it was those bronzers.
The bronzers, the blushes. She had skincare.
Kylie Skin.
Was already a thing because the walnut scrub was like...
Yeah.
Apparently like doing more harm than good.
Yeah. Totally like ground up rocks.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like the other. She had it was probably called Concealer.
Yeah.
The concealer was garbage.
The first concealer.
Yeah, it was like a black cap. She had quite a bit of products at the time because then she had the blushes that were horrible. They were like no pigment.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And remember when they were in Ulta, as they were sitting on the shelves,
turning white,
they were oxidizing and and losing all the pigmentation under.
Yeah. And that happens to other brands.
Yeah, but
not as hers were. It was happening like
And this is my thing about them. And I'm sure, I don't know if you've seen it, but I made a video forever ago when she came out with an eyeshadow palette. This was the original launch, talking about the pressed pigments.
Do you remember them? The 9 colors with like the tier packaging?
And talking about the pressed pigments in it. And I made a video basically saying like how just horrible it was to have the pressed pigments in the thing, barely disclosing them, hiding them in size 1 font on the website, disclosing that it was pressed pigments. People tried to come at me saying like, well, every palette has a pressed pigment. You don't know what a pressed pigment is. No, I do. And then saying that you just use an eyeshadow palette with a pressed pigment 2 seconds ago. Yeah. A, I know what a pressed pigment is. B, I know there's pressed pigments in other eyeshadow palettes. C, I used pressed pigments in an eyeshadow palette from a brand that doesn't market to minors, who discloses that they're pressed pigments. D, my point being, she knows who her audience is. You're Kylie Jenner, that at the time, which this was a lot of the part of the downfall, was in 2017, the money she made at the end of the year was $68 million in 2017. You have the capital to make better products. You have the capital to invest in making an eyeshadow palette that is just as good without using pressed pigments, especially when you know your audience is young girls, but you don't want to. You're a con artist and a greedy Jeff Bezos that his company is worth $70 million, but wants to manufacture makeup in the ColourPop labs for a buffalo nickel that is oxidizing on the shelf because you want to make it at the lowest possible cost with the highest possible markup. You're gross. That is why I can't stand them. There's other people like Trixie or Allie Glines that have 1/1,000,000th, maybe not Trixie, but 1/1,000,000th the amount of money she does and still invests in making better quality products because they're not morally bankrupt.
As you should.
Exactly, because they're not morally bankrupt.
Oh, but let's talk about that. That she had formulations from the first, I'm going to call it the origin of Kylie Cosmetics.
Yeah.
The liquid lipsticks were dry.
Horrible.
They were so dry.
Worse than Anastasia and Jeffree.
Oh, they were disgusting. And and that's okay. And just side note for that too, to act like she made that product. There was too many other brands that were doing better before her and that she did it after the fact. Cut the shit.
Yeah.
Were there colors that were pretty? Libra, still one of my favorite nudes. I wish she still had it. Ding.
Yeah.
She wasn't doing anything outrageous because then when she launched a blue, it was called like Kai Blue. And I was like, okay, yeah. Jeffree had a blue at the time. I don't understand why we're holding her on that pedestal. But again, the first origin products that she had, I was like, these are all garbage. And then when they got redone by Coty, I was like, okay, they're still garbage.
Which she sold it to Coty for $600 million. Let that sink in. $600 million. That's why she was a billionaire and allegedly lied about it. That was another whole thing. I'll link down below in the description box the whole Forbes article exposing that her or the Kardashians as a whole, whatever, falsified tax documents to make their net worth seem higher than it was so she could be called a billionaire. So now all the makeup after the fact, I don't understand how it couldn't or wouldn't be top quality when you got a $600 million payday for your trash makeup brand from Coty.
She even I doubt that she even has any kind of input anymore after selling it to Coty.
I don't even know. Yeah, God
She's
only
probably
knows.
just the face of it.
Yeah, God only knows. And so the decline really was, like we said, in 2017, the end of year earnings were $68 million. And now take into mind, this is how many years later, the cosmetics line has many more products, many more SKUs. Kylie Skin added on top of it. 2024 earnings are projected to be $29 million from $68 million. Every single year since 2017 has been less and less and less. Like it is literally, the brand is plummeting. And it goes back to, we've mentioned on this podcast before, whenever we've talked about celebrity brands, when you're a celebrity with no experience in the beauty world before this, you're just a celebrity for a different reason. And especially Kylie is famous for nothing on top of it. So it's quite literally just you. The success of your brand as a celebrity brand owner is your personal brand. that is the only thing selling the line. And we've talked about it with Fenty recently and seeing hiccups from Fenty and stumbles from them in the past couple of years because it has been so long since Rihanna has reinforced her, Rihanna, I don't want to hear it that I'm saying it wrong, has reinforced her personal brand, i.e. by releasing music or nurturing the personal brand, that Fenty is starting to get to the point where people are like, wait, why is this the thing? You know,
Every comment on the new Fenty Beauty post, they're like, we just wanted an album. We didn't need a new foundation.
That's what I mean. It's starting to slip where people only, when you are a celebrity with a brand, people are only buying it for the most part to support you based on your personal brand that they have a relationship with you.
Yeah.
When you haven't released music in 10 years and haven't nurtured your personal brands, your beauty brand that relies on that personal brand is going to start to decline.
And it is.
And
Fenty,
it is.
I know for a fact that somebody has told me that the Fenty numbers have dropped drastically. They think that there's such a loyal following to it. And I'm like, yeah, to a certain degree, like I think people repurchase products 100%.
Of course.
But the launches, the way that they sold out when it first started, it was so exciting. It was so new. It was so fresh and hot.
Yes.
Now, the new concealers, everything, all of the new launches are always like lackluster. The new highlighters, just like it flops in store. Like, every time I go see it, I'm like, it's boring. What are we doing? The brand has lost its identity because, like you're saying, the creator and like the founder of the brand, or I should say co-founder of the brand.
Yeah.
If you don't have loyalty to your own brand, from the last time I saw her post about it, it was when Fenty was launching an Ulta that she was doing a lot of marketing for it. She was like, I just copped all my new like Fenty finds at Ulta. Go now. Great. Drumming up business for Ulta. You're contracted to do that from Ulta.
Yep.
When was the last organic post besides the Super Bowl?
Yes.
That she used her own products on camera.
Yeah.
And is like proud of it, because I will say, for anybody doing it, like I see Gaga doing it all the time because everyone's sick of it. They're like, girl, I know when she puts up a story, it's about HAUS LABS.
The Joker trailer. How have we not talked about the Joker trailer?
I think this is a perfect time too.
Yeah, we'll get to it. Okay, finish. Sorry,
you know,
finish
that was
your Fenty
HAUS
thought.
LABS lipstick on the thing. I just want to see the real you.
You know there's going to be a collection called like whatever. Yeah. Okay, sorry. Fenty. Yes.
But yeah, I think that there was something so magical about Rihanna doing videos using all Fenty Beauty. And then it was like, oh, well, I want to look like her. I want to do the matchsticks. I want the highlighter. I want all of it. I just feel like she stopped caring.
Yes.
And that's when products started to get discontinued too far after the fact. All the colorful lipsticks and all of the fun products and the hydrating foundation. Sephora and LVMH started to have too much of a say in what was being put out. And I'm like, okay, it's boring. It looks like Laura Mercier now.
Yes.
Because it's all beige and boring and red lipstick and nude lipstick and peach lipstick. Yep. I'm over it.
I know.
There was just something about it at first that was so exciting that I was like, okay, this is different. This is exciting. I want to shop this brand. And now I'm like,
yes.
And what?
People who also, whenever we say this, like if anyone ever wants to like combat that Fenty Beauty is not solely reliant on Rihanna's personal brand as a celebrity and a musician and an artist, think about the people who are in the beauty space, how hard it is for them to get their equivalent of a beauty brand off the ground. It doesn't afford you. If you and I realized it with this, like I thought when I started this podcast that my millions of followers on my beauty channel and my TikTok and my whatever were gonna translate. They don't. And I'm sure some of you came over from that, which, you know, you're the real ones. But I will say it was probably 0.0001%. We've had to build this as though had no other social media presence. Yeah. Things don't translate. If I started a makeup company tomorrow, it would be all consuming. And I would not get the notoriety Fenty has garnered because of the quality of my products.
Yeah, because take her out of it.
It would
the brand
flopped.
Sell?
Yes.
No.
If a YouTuber who had been a makeup artist for 20 years and all these things, yada, yada, would their Fenty Beauty, would it have gotten received the same way? Absolutely not.
One size.
and you literally just parlayed perfectly into my next point, is someone who is educated like Patrick and their brand is as successful as it is. They don't have the luxury of dipping their toe in and out of the world. Mm-hmm. So look at Patrick's other projects and social media presence since the success of One Size. It's virtually non-existent.
Yeah.
He barely posts. His YouTube videos get 8,000 views if he's lucky. His YouTube channel gets views like a brand new YouTuber because that has all fallen to the wayside for him to put all of his eggs in making the brand as successful as it is.
Yeah.
So that shows you the difference of what someone else, not a Rihanna, not a Selena Gomez, not a Gaga, need to put into their projects as a regular person. So don't come at me saying, no, Rihanna's stuff is so good that's why people love it.
Product.
It is good. And there is
But it's not groundbreaking.
No. And there is some products that are phenomenal. But even if it was phenomenal from the gate and was not Rihanna's product, you would not use it. You would not know about it. You would not know it existed because it got there based on her celebrity and her personal brand as a musician.
Yeah. Because that's where we have to think about celebrity brands of what it's offering. Take them out of it.
Yes.
Take the person out of it. Take Selena, take Gaga, take Rihanna, take Adele coming out with her brand. Everybody out of it.
Where the hell's that,
where
by
is
the way?
that?
Yeah.
All of these celebrity brands that we're constantly waterboarded with, take it out of it. Is the product actually good?
I know.
Blindfold yourself. Feel the product. Feel like, immerse yourself in the products. If it's not good, don't just buy it because it's them. Because really, take it out of it. There's a lot of HAUS Labs I don't like. There's a lot of Fenty I don't like. There's a lot of, oh my God, I can't even imagine Beyonce's hair care coming out. I'm like, is it going to be good? Is it not?
Yeah.
Because she just posted the video of her getting her hair done.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, oh, what do you know about hair care? You always wear wigs. And it's her natural hair and it was getting blown out and it was just so beautiful. And I was like, that's exciting.
That's cool.
Because I feel like that to me, you're starting off on the right foot there. You're getting immersed in the brand and you actually are showing using the product and you believe in the product and there's good results because they're doing your hair on camera.
Yes.
And you're seeing the actual result, which amazing. But there's something with going back to Kylie, there's something so frustrating about when there is the downfall of the beauty brand. I think I saw the writing on the walls, Mama, because you don't give a shit.
No.
You're coming out with cookie cutter makeup. You're coming out with soft matte foundation. You're coming out with concealer.
Which was trash.
And you're not coming out with products that are innovative. Like Half Magic. You're not coming out with makeup that is exciting.
Perfect point.
Yeah.
A better example is Half Magic. Donnie Davy, celebrity makeup artist who worked on Euphoria, created Euphoria makeup, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
Why isn't Half Magic as big as Fenty?
Yeah.
The products are certainly as good, if not better. So if it's not about celebrity status, why is that?
I want a full range of Half Magic. I want foundation. I want concealer. I want the setting powders. Because you already know.
Girl.
I had the gems on. And I was like, even the gems, I was like, the thought of like just everything from the applicators to the liquid liner and the innovations behind every product, like the glitter puck and everything.
Spray, the brushes, the latex star for using
making a wing liner.
Making wing liner, all of the glitter products, the glitter liners, the liquid glitters. It's night and day. So
at this point with Kylie coming out with, now you have 35 lip kits on your gondola and then you have concealer. The foundation's not even in store in Ulta. You have a partial skincare line because you discontinued the walnut scrub because it was a garbage product. There's just so many different things that when I go over there, I'm like, this is not going to survive. And when I see brands like this launch, I'm like, good luck to you because this brand will not be around. This is not going to be a staple brand.
Yes.
Like a NARS or like a Laura Mercier.
Yes.
That these brands aren't going anywhere.
Exactly.
These brands, like these celebrity brands, I'm like, it's only a matter of time. The clock is ticking. Make your money while you can. And maybe that's all they want.
I think it is.
I just want fast money. I want quick paychecks. And I'm like,
I know.
Okay, then so be it. But like someone like a Half Magic, they're going to be around for a while.
Absolutely. And that's the writing on the wall, especially with Kylie, is she, like, in recent months, I think, well, let's just say in the past fiscal year or whatever, launched, which is very Kardashian, to basically just launch 50 businesses in a year and see what sticks, because it's about quantity over quality. It's just about the next lip kit, like the next con, if you will. So she's launched that leather clothing line that was trash.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, that was trash. Alcoholic seltzer called Sprinter, like White Claw, that no one's buying. I haven't heard anybody talk about it. And then she launched that fragrance.
Is that part of the Kylie Cosmetics line, or is that a separate entity? Like, is that a separate?
With our cosmetic history knowledge, launching a fragrance when you've never dipped your toe into that world or whatever. And I'm not talking like an Ariana Grande, because she started with fragrance. Coming out with that fragrance out of nowhere is a cry for help, because there's no easier way to make money than fragrance.
Well, look at Fenty.
Yes.
So you come out with your signature, and you come out with a signature scent that you've been wearing. But what happened to you wearing Killian Love Don't Be Shy?
I know. And charging $190 for it.
Yeah, and everybody was wanting the Killian fragrance because you were wearing that. But now all of a sudden, oh no, this is my signature scent.
Oh wait, I can make this money? Yeah.
Oh, and it doesn't smell good, and it smells like incense.
Yep. Yeah. And then, so now with the fragrances,
with
she's
Kylie's
launching all of these. She's almost panic making these brands, because I think she's like behind the scenes, allegedly. I think there's like money problems recently as well. I don't know if it's currently still happening, or inevitably, even if it's sold. She's been trying to sell her house for years and it's not selling, and she just cut the price in half. That, like, you don't do that when you have 400 million Instagram followers, unless behind the scenes you're hemorrhaging money.
Right.
And then add insult to injury of pumping out all these brand new brands. Let me start a leather clothing company, a seltzer company,
spending money.
She doesn't know if and when, because it's inevitable, Kylie Cosmetics fails. She has no legacy brand.
Yeah.
If Kylie Cosmetics goes away, what does Kylie have? I can't tell you one other thing. She has one other iron in the fire.
Yeah, because that has survived since 2015. That has been pumping out, regardless of, I'm going to call it the rebrand and like the capture that Cody had. She made all that money on it.
600 million.
And there's something to say about when you have, you're throwing the pasta to the wall. And then if a beauty brand isn't enough, where these celebrities get into it and they clearly make a lot of money off of beauty, because beauty is a very profitable business.
Absolutely.
So the fact that you're not making money,
what are we doing?
Girl.
When it's manufactured at the cheapest lab for the cheapest price.
Yeah. And whether or not it's even made
in the US.
Because I will say with Cody, wherever they're making it now, clearly it's still made at a very cheap, because nothing about
quality
it screams
didn't go
luxury.
up.
If anything, I swore it got worse. When they said the liquid lipsticks are now not drying, I'm like, oh, so you admit that they were before. Got it.
Exactly.
But there's something to say about it. And I feel like, who knows? I mean, we should just ask Timothée Chalamet.
Timothée Chalamet.
Yeah. It's just
made
so
me
funny.
lose respect for him.
I know. It's just so weird to me.
I know.
And it's, again,
and imagine from Cody's point of view, how much they need to, the makeup's going to be made in a boo-boo garbage lab, because do you know how much they need to sell to recoup $100 million investment? A $600 million investment? $600 million.
That Cody has Gucci. They have
Burberry. Well, they did. I don't know if they still do, but yeah.
And then you turn around and then you have Kylie, which you probably, when they were probably buying that, a $600 million investment, they're probably thinking they're going to make money hand over fist because it's Kylie.
I know.
Oh, we're going to come out with everything and do this and do that and have this foundation and have all of that. But I'm like, what a flop, girl.
I know.
And it's in every Ulta, how expensive it is to pay for the brand updates and ship all these products and make enough products to send everywhere. Now, when they send products to Ultas, when I go in, because a lot of the time I'm on like the back end of things when like I go in for brands and I watch them do these updates, and I'm like standing there just looking at my brand, and then I turn around and look at Kylie. They're putting new product out. They barely send enough product to put it out and make a tester.
Yep.
You're not even making enough product knowing it's going to sell out. Let's send a lot because this is going to be a hit.
Yep. Exactly. No. It's just so inevitable. And it was like, and I'm to be honest, it's funny. And all joking aside, I was like, woohoo, because I loved justice. And I will say with my chest, I'm reveling in the fact that it's tanking. The whole thing was built on lies and manipulation of minors.
Yeah.
Of minors. Even other celebrity brands. That's why I don't know, I'm most impressed at the moment with your Rare Beauties and whatever, because it's
and give. Yeah.
It's so evident that there is an involvement and a
huge level of like integrity behind the brand.
Exactly.
They care about what they're putting out.
And that's why the whole, even for me, that's why the whole HAUS Labs rebrand of their blushes, now making them half the size and twice the price, was gross to me. I don't care if you accidentally made your first pan too big and didn't sell it for enough. You're Lady Gaga. You can afford to do that. You f***ed up.
Yeah.
But you now coming back and unapologetically making the blush twice the price for half the size is gross.
It's disgusting.
It's gross. And even if the pan was so big that you're never going to go through it and it's going to expire.
Pride yourself on that.
A. And B, if the pan is too big that it's going to go bad before you use it all, make it half the size and make the price relative to the new size. Because you up and undervalued the first one, apparently. And what does undervalue even mean? Blush is one of the cheapest things to make. Were already selling it for $34.
Yeah.
You didn't accidentally sell it for $15. It was still a rather expensive item, as most HAUS Labs products are, because she likes to pretend that fermented arnica and everything is going to be the fountain of youth, so she can charge $50 for everything.
So don't put it in there, girl. I'm fine.
Exactly. Oh, I'm sorry. Is she not going to be able to put food on the table? She's not going to make her Italian spaghetti if she doesn't double the price of her blushes? She's ready to hit the bread lines? Cut the shit.
Don't come out with a makeup line.
Exactly.
Then. Discontinue everything if you can't afford it.
It's just, and that's what I mean.
Yeah.
There's hits happening to her line that I'm like, okay, girl. Like,
and you know what? And I can't even say that it's all Gaga, and I can't say it's all the celebrities, because I will say there's so many people behind like product development and everything that should be to blame. And everybody on the HAUS Labs team that thought it was like, just, okay, let's do this.
I would bet money on the fact that nothing gets done at Rare Beauty without Selena Gomez knowing. I cannot say the same for Gaga and Rihanna.
No, because if I had a beauty brand and I was a celebrity, you best believe every damn product is going in between these fingers, girl, and I'm touching it, I'm playing with it. You are not putting anything on the market unless I approve.
It's interesting to even analyze the philosophy behind the kind of celebrities they all are, because look at Gaga, Rihanna, and even let's throw Ariana Grande in there. And then Selena Gomez, where Selena Gomez, every time I'm in a space with her, we are getting detailed explanations about why, the backstory of why she decided to create this product. And then how she did it throughout the process, what the inspiration was, and then what the development process was. Every single step of it, where then the opposite is Ariana Grande at some summit hinting that REM Beauty is going to have a Wicked collection come this holiday because she's in the movie. Groundbreaking. That's HAUS Labs
One
and
size
Fenty.
Beat you to it.
That's HAUS Labs and Fenty. And Fenty is the same way, where it's like, oh, she's doing the Super Bowl. We're going to get a football-shaped invisible matte setting powder that no one liked 6 years ago, but now we're going to make it look like a football. Like, good for you. Like, that's what we're getting from them. And it's like, look at the kinds of celebrities Gaga, Rihanna, and Ariana Grande are compared to Selena. Arguably, they're all just as successful as each other in their own rights, but these three are all musicians and the whole nine yards, with a very, let's just say, I don't know, a taxing, maybe more of a traveling in the whole nine yards, where Selena Gomez is more of a, you know, this is all hypothesizing, but a stationary actress on Only Murders in the Building. You know, it's not the same lifestyle. And, you know, I'm not being shady that she's not a musician. She is, but let's be honest. Selena's not Gaga and Rihanna and Ariana when it comes to music. I would consider the first bullet on the resume an actress. There's a difference in the level of involvement.
Yeah. Oh, 10,000%. And I do think, even going back to Gaga and just thinking about her, what she did before the rebrand. And it's interesting that I felt like she was a little more daring before, because I felt like she had more to do with it. The Stupid Love palette.
Absolutely.
The Love for Sale palette. everything to do with what she was like currently coming out with. Now that HAUS LABS has taken this more of like mass market appeal approach, don't you dare do anything too weird. Don't call it anything weird. Don't look too weird. Don't do anything. The eye library palettes, like it was just...
I know.
Would a Joker collection be... Could it be good?
Let's get into it.
Could it be good?
Yeah.
If Glamlight did it.
Preach. Yep. Exactly.
But if HAUS LABS does it, you already know we're going to get the Joker package online, and it's going to be the existing red lip crayon, a black eyeliner, and if we're lucky, they'll put the blush in there.
If I try to get sold one more collection from someone that is a collection with hand-picked pre-existing products, I will light it on fire. That is the laziest thing.
Yeah.
Like Charlotte Tilbury slapping stars on her products and calling it a Disney collab. And you're totally right. That's exactly what it's going to be. And if you're lucky, there's going to be 2 new products. If we're lucky.
Too much. No, they're going to be like, we're going to launch mascara, and that's going to be the Joker look smudging the mascara. And it's going to be all chrome packaging that just says HAUS LABS, and it's going to be Fingerprint City all over it with an hourglass-shaped wand. Girl,
yes.
Please stop.
The Joker trailer, what'd you think? That moment, I will say, with the whoever
directed that.
At the end of the Joker trailer, if you haven't seen it yet, he's on the other side of clearly glass, like a prison situation. Silence of the Lambs situation. I couldn't think of it. Yeah. And she is just her hand, and she does a lipstick smile on the glass
where you don't even
and the
see
camera's focused on the lipstick
Joaquin.
At first.
Oh, and then it's on Joaquin
and
Phoenix.
Then it's slowly, the focus of the camera shifts to Joaquin Phoenix, and he smiles, and the lipstick looks like it's on. It is, just go watch the trailer. But
I mean,
that, and then the trailer left something to be desired for me, but it definitely, that's normal first trailers. It's just kind of giving an emotion. Its priority is to give an emotion about how to feel about the movie rather than what the movie is about. It's just supposed to make you feel a certain way. So it's a lot of music montages and car crashes, and no one's speaking a lot. But I mean, she seems, I wasn't cringed out by what I saw, which is that's honestly, I feel like the best way to judge Gaga projects are the cringeometer of like how Ethel Merman is.
Well, I will say I cringed at A Star Is Born. Well, like the photos of it. Remember at the gas station when we saw her with that brown hair with Bradley Cooper and
brown hair. We saw her with that leprechaun green outfit, that green pirate,
it was like brown to copper.
Captain Hook with your color pants wig. That's when we were like, oh, looking like Lucky Charms, Snap, Crackle, and Pop, and we texted each other going, "Bitch, what is this?"
Yeah, and I gotta say that movie though,
incredible.
So I'm like. Where I'm like, is this going to be the opposite? Where I'm like, this is going to eat, and then it's Joker face. Yeah, like
I will.
Girl, I don't know.
It's kind of coming back to me
with the musical shit. I just can't.
It's been a while. It's been Casey's home.
It's been a while. I know I shouldn't have kept you waiting, but I'm here now.
I don't know what you're saying. What is this from?
Britney Spears. Break the Ice.
I can't believe you
know
Britney's
kidding
stuff
me?
Over me. I know it's been a while. Oh, okay. Yes. I don't love that song. Controversial, but no, break the ice. I don't like that.
Is that how it goes?
That song. Yeah. Break the ice. That's not my favorite. Maybe I'm really crossing my paths here. Girl, yes it is.
No, it's...
The song Break the Ice.
No, but not Spears. That. That was that was not it.
Well, that's the song Break the Ice.
No, I know, but that was not how you sang it, was not it.
Okay, to reiterate.
Yeah.
Ta-da, break the ice.
That is not what came out. Maybe it did.
Okay, I'm going to play them back to... You realize this is being filmed, correct? That's exactly what I did. Ta-da, break the ice.
No, I think it was different. The way you did it the first time. I do. I'm going to stand by that.
Break the ice.
It was the way.
Break the ice.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Yes, you're wrong.
I don't know. I'm going to stand by it. I felt like you did it weird.
But anyway, I don't like that song because of how it sounds, which I know how it sounds.
How did we get here?
I don't know, girl. Oh, because of whatever I said at the beginning. It's been a while. It's been a while. That was on Blackout. Wow. Yes. Why do you do this? Why do you hurt me? Oh, it's been a while since I watched the trailer. It was like, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago now. But when it comes to movie musicals, which I am very proficient on, I know you're not a fan. I will stand by the fact that to date, the best, and let me say modern movie musicals, like post 2000, I'm not talking about old school ones, is Chicago. It's the best one. And I read like so many books on this because I'm obviously like a theater queen. And the reason it did, have you ever seen it? The reason it did so well was not only Catherine Zeta-Jones eats. A movie theater audience is very different than a theater audience, a live theater audience. A live theater audience goes into that space under the assumption that they're going to get someone singing on the toilet, talking about going to the bathroom, because that's music theater. You know, if I'm making a sandwich, they know that that's going to happen, and they're not suspending their disbelief. But a movie audience, when that happens, they're like, why are you singing? Why are you singing about this? It makes no sense in the context of real life. They can't suspend that disbelief and just have someone talking and go into singing about, my car won't start. They're like, why are you singing this? The reason Chicago was so successful, and a lot of this was Rob Marshall, the director, who has ruined every movie musical he's made since. But anyway, in Chicago, other than the music numbers that were supposed to be performances, it was written as though it were these dream sequences. It would show them in the real life scene that a movie theater audience expects, but then going off to this dream sequence of, oh, this song is happening in their head about what's happening. So it made sense to the audience of, oh, this is happening because of that. I very much liked the way it seems like Joker 2 is taking that route, where a lot of the music numbers, which it very much, exactly, whoever thought that, good for you, it lends itself to these people are supposed to be, you know, crazy. And I love that they're almost painting it as though a lot of it is going to be this very big band, Fred Astaire, Ginger Rogers, old Hollywood, because that will be probably much more palatable, especially for that audience. Like, that's where when I heard it was a movie musical, I was like, who were the straight guys that went to Joker 1 to watch Joaquin Phoenix are now going to show up to Joker 2 with Lady Gaga, and she's going to be... they're going to be like, bye.
Well, that's the thing.
It really has to be digestible.
Yeah, and I think I have to give them more credit, because I think they know the success of Joker.
He won an Oscar. Yeah, that's crazy.
So because of the DC universe, right? Joker is DC, not Marvel. Yes,
I think so.
So because of that, I'm just going to say, because of that universe, they know the fandom would love this. How do we one-up it from last time? Or how do we at least go on par? So I know it's a big risk, right?
Yes.
Because when I heard it was a musical, I was like, oh God, that's going to piss off a lot of people.
Yeah.
But I think if they do it in such a way where they can make it work for the audiences, both, because there was that meme of the two audiences. It was like the Tyra Banks show, and it was everybody that was gay had a gay shirt on, and everybody had the straight. And they're like, all right, so we have it here today. We have the straights, clap it up, and then the gays. Yeah. And that's going to be the movie theater, because we're both going for different reasons.
Yes.
I'm going for both. And then there was the one row of people that said question marks wearing red shirts, and it was like, so both?
Yeah.
All right, both.
Yeah.
Like, that's going to be...
I know. I'm going to be nervous to go to that theater, girl.
Because I'm excited for like...
Because we're going and we're going to be like, yes! And then there's like straight guys, but like, who are like...
neck beards, like, where's my hot pocket?
See themselves in Joaquin Phoenix, who are, you know, that Venn diagram does not overlap.
Girl, I mean, they're going to need a gay screening where I'm going to go in my meat dress.
Totally.
You're going to be in the Just Dance outfit coming out.
Yeah.
Like, oh, girl.
I know.
I'm excited, though. Overall, I'm very, very excited. I do have high hopes, because I do think it's going to be a great movie.
Yes.
But it's just, I hope they do it the right way.
I know. And movie musicals are a fine line.
Great. The first one was great.
I never saw it. I know.
Okay, you got to watch it beforehand.
Totally. And I'm going to wait. I'll watch them like back to back.
We have to go.
Yes.
We should go see it together.
Yes.
That'll be
yes.
We're going to rent out the whole theater.
Girl, this is our Dune.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Yeah. I hope they have a popcorn bucket.
RuPaul's Drag Race finale.
Girl, did we call it or did we call it?
To a T. I had to edit that episode because there was like oh my God, a bunch of problems with the audio.
Oh.
I know. Yeah, I would have did it after the finale and I was just like, oh my God, like nailed it. Like Plain Jane didn't make it into the top 3. It was Nymphia and Sapphira. And okay, can we talk about Nymphia as a whole? Oh my God. Yeah, as a whole. WHOLE. Because I have to say, Mama, YouTube is like mad at us on this channel. I haven't even told you this yet. Every video I've uploaded, the past like 5 are all getting not copyright flagged, but they're just getting limited ad circulation because it's not suitable for all audiences. Then I request a manual review from YouTube's team and they watch it and 90% of them get all the ads turned back on. And I'm like, what is it? Like, so that's why I don't know if you guys have noticed the past couple episodes, we've been like censoring a lot of the cursing, the whole 9 yards. But then I watch like other podcasts on YouTube and they're cursing left and right. And I'm like, I don't get it. We're not talking about controversial things. So it's pissing me off. So anyway.
That's so weird.
I know. So Nymphia, we've never seen her lip sync. Guys, even if you don't watch Drag Race, just go watch the final lip sync between Sapphira and Nymphia.
It was so good.
Not ever seeing Nymphia lip sync. And I said on last week's episode, doing your own song or whatever the case is, like can reveal someone's talent, like a Sasha Velour Rose Petals moment. Did we get a Sasha Velour Rose Petals moment, Mama? Nymphia came out as bubble tea because she's from Taiwan, and I didn't realize bubble tea is from Taiwan, but it still was fashion, which I loved. It wasn't just like a Jiffy Pop dress.
And it was like, there was craftsmanship
exactly.
to
It was a beautiful coat, and she waited for it to Padam by Kylie. And when it said
butterflies,
kind of little bit of a read,
I was like,
yeah. When it was like something and butterflies, and she opened that jacket, all of these black helium balloons, not just balloons that fell to the ground. Girl, gagged.
Yeah, because then everyone was like, I don't get like why the black balloons. I'm like, boba, bubble tea. The tapioca balls, girl. Like, are you? And they're like, ow.
Yeah.
And then somebody, of course. Yeah. And then, of course, somebody has to go. Could you imagine, though, the lighting crew must have been shaking because, all those helium balloons popping around those lights. And that's a nightmare. I was like, shut up.
When are people going to realize that they don't give out awards for being a devil's advocate pain in the ass?
Yeah.
Like, just for being that squeaky. Shut up.
Yeah.
So annoying.
But I love somebody's comment. They were like, Mama, can we just talk about it? Sapphira, what are you doing with the fangs?
Yeah.
I know. I was like,
yeah.
Mama, like, what is this like interview with a vampire look that you did? You're in your blue.
Yes.
Again.
You know what I always said? One of my biggest fears on Drag Race, like when you're doing a lip sync like that, imagine lip syncing with someone you've never seen them lip sync for the crown, like Nymphia, and she does something like that. And you have to listen to the crowd erupt in applause. That's not for you. Like, and be like,
it's devastating.
And keep that. And then you even saw, I think, like Sapphira was in a big, beautiful dress and it kind of opened up to more of a
that was like a bodysuit.
Yeah. And you could tell she almost did that reveal quicker than she probably planned because she was like, I gotta get going. Because even Nymphia, the first like the chorus started.
She dropped.
Nymphia, Mama started voguing and doing and all the queens were closer to Nymphia. Yeah. The queens, like Trixie said on the pit stop, she goes, it's one thing if the audience erupts, but when your colleagues, when other drag queens start living, they were going insane because they didn't even know Nymphia could like dance and lip sync like this.
And she went on her head.
Girl did a Ms. Queen of Flips, which I love. You got to watch it too. Watch Morphine the whole time. Morphine is like freaking, like no one was a bigger hype woman than Morphine.
Yeah.
But even to do, then she opened up the coat, balloons, had another outfit on, which was amazing. Ponytail and a bun, which just naturally fell out into a long ponytail. Very seamlessly must have untied something to do another reveal.
And then got up and it was I was like, you almost don't even see it.
Didn't just do a reveal like Sapphira and open the coat. She took off the second costume in a cartwheel.
Oh, it was the cartwheel that she did?
In the cartwheel, she grabs the back of whatever she's wearing. I don't know how this thing was manufactured. And as she goes down, the one hand she rips off the outfit, goes into the cartwheel and comes back up with it off in the third look.
It was insane.
It was insanity.
Yeah.
I will say I don't think it was a blowout because then Sapphira, when Sapphira in the middle does it and does the 5 high kicks in a row. Yes. I love when you watch a lip sync that you can tell Ru is like just living.
Knowing she did the right thing.
And has that look of being like just so proud of like, wow, I really found two of the best people at what they do.
Yeah.
Like that pride on his face. I'm happy. I'm always so happy for the queens.
I haven't been this excited for a top 2 in forever.
And let's get to it. So obviously Nymphia won. What was Plain Jane's performance, girl? Bodysuit. I don't know how much control they have over the song they write for them.
A throwaway.
It felt like a performance in the regular season. Like, it felt like she was performing one of the boo-boo songs they write during the season.
But even like her answers of like, why do you want to be America's? And she's like, for all this body to show America. And I was like, this feels so.
I know. It felt like she just gave up before it started.
Well, and it's like, I think as much as we knew that she wasn't going to make it.
Yeah.
I think she knew.
Absolutely.
I think when you're painted to be the villain of the season, which she wasn't, Dawn was. We talked about that.
Yeah.
And the amount of people that agree with that too.
Yes.
That are just even outside of like people that maybe don't watch this or making other videos that she is the villain. And the things that she said about Plain Jane and everything.
Megami in the lip sync Lollapalooza. Plain Jane was not innocent. But other than what Plain Jane did to a mandatory meeting, Dawn, every episode, was coming in that confessional being like, she's shit.
Yeah, like it was just
not stopping. Like, and it gave me very high school bully vibes where it was constant picking and constant digs and constant degradation
like
that I was just, it gave me flashbacks of like that gay. We all know one of those gays that is just constantly tearing other people down. Like more slow burn.
It was
a lot
to watch. Yeah, because it does remind you of that. So yeah, Dawn just gave me the ick. Girl. Yeah. I was like, ugh.
And then, but yeah, so I don't know how much control they have over the song that gets written for them, but Plain Jane's compared to what Nymphia and Saphira did, their performances. Nymphia, I mean, that was watching Beyonce. I mean, the wind and getting held up. And did you get to go back and watch them? Because you started it late.
Yes, I did.
Unreal. And
I know.
Saphira's with the big, wicked, defying gravity skirt getting ripped off. And then Nymphia winning, I will say, I've loved the top 2 in many seasons before this in recent memory. Going into this, and you saw it in my reaction, I think I said, I was like, I really want both of them, because honestly, probably the first season ever that I felt like whoever did not win, I was genuinely heartbroken for. Heartbroken.
Yeah.
There has never been a regular season of Drag Race that I thought it was more deserving of a double win ever.
I know.
It broke my heart.
And that's, like I would have loved, as much as I would love for them both to win, I know Saphira is going to come back on All Stars eventually, but somebody even said like they were like, give her time.
Yes.
Because even during, I mean, it was just so, to me, it was so apparent though that Plain Jane wasn't going to make it, especially with the songs. I was like, they're almost telling you right now, it ain't going to happen.
Totally.
I'm excited to see Saphira on All Stars and what she does with this reign of miscongeniality that she has to share now, which
Gag, I know. We said that last week. I was like, it should be her, but it won't be because she's, and then it was the first tie.
That she got crowned with Tsunami Muse, I was like, she's not winning the season.
I know.
Or if she wins the season, it's like, oh, okay, that's the first it ever happened that the winner wins miscongeniality. But I was like, the second she was named the second winner, it was game over for me. I was like, I don't think she's gonna take the crown.
I know.
Like if she was gonna win the season, like if I felt like it was already kind of predetermined a little bit.
Yeah.
And I'm very happy.
Yeah, that's also the thing, like I'm saying. I mean, and there was factors to it. Gun to our heads. I do think Nymphia should have won because when we even reviewed all the looks and all that, like Nymphia was just on a different level when it came to that.
Every single time.
Oh my God. The creativity was unreal. And moreover, I think we talked about the behind the scenes. They always go with the one everyone wants to win, which she had 5 times the amount of likes on social media to win. And so I think, there was like a little an energy going into it where I think everybody saw the writing on the wall.
I mean, if Nymphia did completely flounder during the lip sync, obviously Saphira would have won.
I know.
And I don't think it was like she won by a landslide. I thought they both put on a great performance and it was great, but I think there was something, take away the reveal of Nymphia. We've never seen her and she did an amazing job. She held her own. It was it was absolutely outstanding.
And it speaks volumes to doing so well in the season that no one ever sees you lip sync, because it gives you an edge come the grand finale that when you do lip sync, if Sapphira was just as good in her song and just as good in the final lip sync, it's always going to be more gaggy seeing a drumroll, Sasha Velour, seeing them do it for the first time. It's always going to have a bigger impact because it's holy shit. Well, I knew you could do this, Sapphira, but we had no idea you could do this. We had no idea you had this in you. So it just gives you even more of an edge.
Which makes me even wonder too, back in season 6 when Bianca won, she didn't lip sync, but how would she have done in a lip sync SmackDown for the crown?
That's why, girl, the lip syncs. That's why that was my argument last week. I don't like them.
I don't think it's fair.
Could you imagine if there was just a lip sync SmackDown for the crown against Bianca, Courtney, and Adore? It wouldn't have been a sweep.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
Who's winning that?
That's what, But that's what I mean. Like, it's just, that's why I don't like the lip syncs. It's too much weight on that one thing when, who would argue that Bianca didn't deserve to win 6. But if she's not a better lip syncer one time, she loses everything. So anyway, it was one of my favorite finales in recent memory. It was unreal.
I'm almost sad that it's over. I want to go back and re-watch it. Like, there was just something... Yeah, I was really emotionally invested towards the end. At the beginning, I was a little like, okay, let's get this going. Yeah. And I was like, get rid of the people that I know aren't going to make it. Let's go.
Yeah.
But I was really impressed with this finale. Yep. Loved it.
You can do it. Who cares?
God, I am tired.
I'm hungry. We didn't eat. Why do we never eat? It is 5 o'clock. We haven't eaten. Honestly, work.
All right. Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Beautiful and Bothered. Make sure you subscribe to the official YouTube channel where you get your video episodes one day early on Sundays. Make sure you also subscribe to the Spotify and Apple Podcasts, and make sure you leave a 5-star review because that's all they care about. We're so close to hitting 1,000 reviews on Spotify, so please 5-star review it. And shout out to the listener that wanted to rate the show 5 stars and they couldn't figure it out.
Okay, if you're watching, let me tell you, we really do read a lot of almost all the comments pretty much. And you are such a sweetheart who was explaining that they didn't know how to figure out how to do it. You even take the time to comment that and do it.
And you know who you are.
We love you guys. Oh my God.
And on that note, wherever you are, we hope you are happy, safe, and healthy. And remember,
you are beautiful, baby.
I'm scared.
I'm scared. I can't do it. The pressure's too much.
What's that?
Her bangs. America's Next Top Model. I don't want to do this.
The girl that goes in.
We just talked about this
she
3 days ago.
Wearing her little green mini skirt. I don't want to do this.
I don't want to do it. The pressure's too much.
I'm going to go to In-N-Out.
I can't handle the pressure.
Yeah.
Don't you think any job you turn and walk?
Yeah. And wait, and then.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Bye. Bye.